Hi guys, welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Tonight we are going to do something a little different. I haven't done this before. I haven't been doing zodiac readings either because the channel is just, a little different. Anyways, you can watch my reading as to why I switched from doing weekly zodiac readings. I am going to do something special this week. I was told that it was okay. I'm excited about this. We're going to do an all signs zodiac reading. I'm going to start with Aries and end with Pisces. Happy birthday to all of our Aries. Since we're in your season, we'll start with you. But we're going to look at the week of April 13th, which is a Monday, through the 19th, okay? So in those 7 days, guys, there are a ton of astrological events taking place. I think I counted maybe like 9. So Venus is sextile Jupiter, Mercury's entering into Aries, the Sun is conjuncting Chiron, Mars is conjuncting Saturn, and the Sun is going to enter into Taurus to usher us into Taurus season. Mercury, sextile, and Pluto. Anyways, I think I counted 9. There are a ton of astrological events this week, and I keep picking up on an energy of it being like a very magical week in some way, shape, or form. So we're going to look into this, and we're going to just start with Aries and dig right in. Feel free to drop the timestamps below for your fellow peeps. All right, Aries, so this week you can expect some type of communication. This Ruach air would be considered to be like the breath of God. And how this is showing up for you is that there's some type of messages coming through that this week that are going to lead the way for you. It's almost like this energy of something coming in to be brought into life or brought back to life. You could have a situation that you felt was over that is going to be brought back into life. There could be something transitioning in your life this week that breathes life back into you, okay? It feels like you are maybe coming out of a time of trouble and challenges, and this energy this week is almost going to revitalize you. It's awesome too because it's your birthday month. Saturn's in your sign. I mean, God, Saturn left my sign, earlier this year, and trust me, I know how this can feel, but this feels good to me. Like, honestly, I don't feel like Saturn is as disruptive for you. You obviously would have to tell me, but just what I'm picking up on this energy, it doesn't feel like Saturn is bringing like intense disruptions into your life. So this is fantastic energy this week. Work with your healers, and then you have the nuthatch energy with the new viewpoints, preparation, and hoarding. And this is what I think is taking place for you this week, is there's going to be a shift in the way that you see something. Again, it feels like something is going to kind of revive or bring life back into your situation, environment, or whatever it is that you have been struggling with, okay? Working with your healers, they're just offering up their assistance and support for you this week, and kind of allowing you to, it's almost like they're saying, Aries, we want you to visualize the future that you desire. And then we want you to breathe into that. It's like you're receiving, like I'm seeing the full energy. So with all the Uranian energy, that could be why this is happening for you this week. And this is almost like a shift in your perspective where you've maybe gone from being really guarded in regards to how you operate and move in life. And this week there's going to be less guarding and more peace in regards to the way forward. Very interesting. So for some of you, you may be leaving a situation and starting something new. For others of you, it's just a mindset. You're leaving an old way of thinking and allowing yourself to now process things through a new lens. And with the 10 of Pentacles here, it has to do with your future. You're thinking long term and no longer operating off of your, your shadow aspects of being, very, like being very quick to make decisions. Typically you can be risky, but this week it feels like your energy is more aligned to a peaceful progression forward. It's like you're wanting to see long-term benefits in where you place your money. You know that saying, put your money where your mouth is? It feels like this week for you, the shift is going to be, you're going to be putting the money where your mouth is, and with that you're going to reap a harvest. Because with the Six of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles, this is just saying if you don't quit, if you continue on the path towards peace, you will find also their prosperity, longevity, and stability. But this had to come by means of you giving up, risking things, losing things, operating from a different state of mind, a different perspective. Mercury is shifting your perspective in regards to the way that you see the world and allowing you to open up to things that are more connected to your heart space. I also want to just call out that you've been opening up your heart space and allowing yourself to be less resistant to changes by listening to your guides and being, susceptible, vulnerable, open, and willing to hearing and receiving help, Aries. So congratulations. This feels like a very beautiful week for you. I hope that this resonated with you. If so, feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. I'm going to try to put the timestamps below. Feel free to check out any of my other readings, and thank you for being here. Have a good one. Hi, Taurus. Welcome to your reading for the week of the 13th. Let's just see what you need to know. Alrighty, so your first card out is the Owl with intuition. Okay, this is awesome. This feels like you're being guided towards something that's bigger than just the present or the now. I think this is something that you've been waiting on. It feels like there's a situation that's going to come to a head this week, and it feels like it's going to provide you with exactly what you've been seeking. You've had to kind of endure, is what I want to say. Endure challenges, many challenges is what I'm hearing, in order for you to be able to get to this state that you're in. But this week, something's going to shift in the way that you experience the world. Your perspective is shifting, but your perspective shift is directly connected to wanting to usher in new experiences and opportunities. Your team is telling you that you should expect that something good is going to happen for you. And I think that's honestly the perspective that's been shifting for you. I think in the past you've had the perspective of things working against you, and this week there's going to be a shift in the energy that things are actually working for you and not against you, and that this whole time this has been working out for your good and not, again, against you. Whatever this is that you've been overcoming has been very challenging, and it's almost like there's this little gnat that keeps flying around here, and they're just showing that that's the energy of what you've been dealing with for the last several years, is what I'm hearing. For some of you, even up to 5 years plus. So your guides are saying to seek higher ground, which is the Owl intuition energy as well. This is about seeing things from a different perspective. An eagle doesn't pay attention to the ducks on the ground, because the eagle it's basically dealing with higher perspectives, things that are above the ground. And so for you, you've had to really shift your energy into no longer worrying, oh, this is a duck, I just realized that. No longer worrying yourself with things that are beneath you, and instead saying, you know what, I know what I have control over, that's myself. So let me shift into the energy of trusting myself, releasing the need to trust or control others, and instead weather this storm, right? As I'm speaking of eagles, weathering the storms is here on the card. And this weathering the storm is about, the perspective of the eagle. The eagle faces the storm head on because it recognizes that with that storm, there's going to come elevation. And so for you, you too have come to that same understanding with this energy here. And with that, you now are going to be blessed with this transition of prosperity, blessings, and gifts coming your way, okay? Wow. See, look, oh my God. You've been super patient in dealing with this. And if we know a Taurus, none of us want to be patient. And I have a Taurus rising, so I get it, guys. Yeah. The page of, and this, let me just show you this at the bottom of the deck. the Nine of Cups, guys. Your wishes are being fulfilled. There's something that's coming in for you this week that you've been waiting on, okay? It does feel like it's going to emotionally fulfill you. You have the Page of Fire, which is, you know, the Page of Wands, patience, and the Ten of Cups. This is saying that your patience is going to pay off for you heavily this week. You are transitioning into prosperity, and this is going to begin with prosperity in your heart space, okay? I'm seeing this as being like divine timing for you, and it's almost as if this energy gets kind of fanned into your presence. It may come by something that you may minimize or think is very small. So for example, you may receive an invitation to come to a dinner with a group of people, and you may be thinking, oh, this is just a dinner, only to find, you know, the love of your life there. You may be invited to go to a lunch with your boss, only to find out that your boss is taking you to this lunch in order to promote you into this group, you know? So there's something that may look small at the beginning, and I'm hearing the scripture, don't despise the days of small beginnings, because this is going to elaborate into something that is going to be very fulfilling for you. The only caveat here is that your team is asking you to continue to use your intuition and to trust your intuition. It's almost like they're saying that the key for your happiness is always going to begin and end with you. So they're saying on this pathway, don't give that to anyone else. Continue with this higher mindset, with this owl intuition, to where you're trusting that there's something greater in control, but also that you have this greater authority and power within. And you're going to see something transpire this week that is going to show you that your patience was worthwhile. Taurus, this is a beautiful reading. Have a great week. If you haven't, feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for being here. I'm excited to do this reading. Have a great week. Bye. Hi, Geminis. So glad to see you all. I hope you're doing fantastic. Let's see what you got going on the week of the 13th. Okay, Gemini, so first card out for you is the Island with detachment. This is showing up as something that you have been working on long term is coming out of the dark. Okay, I know that is nothing to do with detachment. That's not what detachment means, but that's what I'm picking up on, and I'm going with what I'm picking up on. So I'm channeling this message for you guys very clearly. Something that was done in the dark is coming to light for you this week. Okay, and it's going to be something that may have led to your detachment. Like maybe you detached from it. Could be a person, maybe someone that's in the shadow or someone hiding has been, you know, look at this, seek the truth, embrace your inner guidance, and take it easy. I'm keeping these cards. Yeah, there's something in the shadow that's being brought to the light this week for you, Geminis. Okay, and it's something that you detached from. For some of you, this could be the reason why you detached. Like maybe you didn't understand why you had to detach from something, and it's almost like your team is bringing in information to show you like this is why this had to leave, right? Especially with the owl coming out here. The owl is about wisdom, and the owl is the bird who sees what's going on in the dark. You know, they're nocturnal creatures, so they see what's going on in the dark. And what I'm seeing here is clear as day is that the truth is going to be revealed to you this week in regards to something that you detached from, and the reason why you detached from it, which is going to in turn either allow you to bring this to a complete ending, because this could be a situation that you've been holding on to, hoping that something would shift in it. And I'm not going to get into specifics in regards to like, is it a relationship? Is it job? Is it family? It could be anything. But what's going to happen for you this week is you're going to recognize that there were greater opportunities accessible and available to you, and that's exactly why this thing, whatever this is, could not actually continue on. You'll notice your cards here. I know you see these guys. You have the Fool, the Ten of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Okay. For some of you, this could have been a business deal that maybe you were heartbroken over the fact that it didn't work out in the way that you truly desired. Maybe you thought it had been prophesied that this thing was supposed to be the best thing for you, but instead you felt like you had to, it feels like an abrupt detachment from this energy. it feels like something, especially with the Ten of Swords here, yeah, it feels like something happened abruptly that caused you to have to detach from this energy. And when that happened, I feel like that left you really heartbroken, but also very overwhelmed by the fact that you weren't sure that you were making a mistake or not. So it's like, did I make the wrong mistake? Did I make a mistake in doing that? Because maybe after you detach from this situation or person, things in your life just didn't seem like they were going right. Like maybe you were waiting on this opportunity, this new opportunity with the Fool, this Uranus energy to come through, and you just weren't hearing it. You weren't picking up on it. Well, this week that's shifting for you. Because as you receive clarity in regards to why that other situation was so, I want to say abrasive, disruptive is the energy I'm picking up from that Ten of Swords, you're going to also see that there are so many more benefits on the other side of this, because this King of Pentacles energy is stability. It's financial stability. It is entrepreneurial energy. It is the energy of finding out that life actually does work for your good, and that there are blessings and benefits in detaching and leaving things that cause pain in your life. And so this week for you Geminis is going to be all about starting over. Also, in the process, you're being advised by your team to just take it easy. Just give yourself a break, because whatever this was that you had to endure in the past, this energy that was overwhelming, stressful, very painful, that has led you to really needing to pour into yourself. It's almost like this energy siphoned whatever from you, right? Siphoned everything out of you. Now you need to replenish. Your guides are also saying that this is also a situation that was presented to you to assist you in really learning to trust yourself. You know, the Fool doesn't think about what he's doing. He just does it because he believes that it's what's best for himself. And that can either be negative or positive. However, for you, they're saying that this is positive because you're operating as the owl with wisdom, precise wisdom, focus, and tenacity is what I'm hearing. And they're saying that your strength is going to be rewarded this week. Wow. I have to pull these out and then I'm ending your reading, okay? You have the Strength card here with the Call. There's something shifting that's going to provide you with new opportunities to show you why those other things didn't work out the way that you thought they were supposed to. All right, Geminis, this is your reading. I hope you have the most amazing week, and I'll see you next time. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much. Bye. Hi, Cancers. Welcome to Tarot in the Dark. Let's see what's coming up for you this week. Wow. Right out the bat. All right. So you have the Sage energy with purification. I'm hearing a fresh wind. That's exactly what I heard when this card came out. This week, you're going to experience purification by means of something new happening in your life and finding support. For sure. Look at the bottom of the deck. Expect the best, okay? This feels like a fresh wind. This Sage energy is showing up as really purifying your energy and cleansing you, like almost a ridding of the old to open up to the new. And you have these cards both about community. Find your people and work together. There's something that's going to shift this week that's going to support you in seeing who really does have your back, who really is here for you, and which direction you should be going. For some of you, I am seeing that you are cutting out people who have not been showing up in the way that you think that they should, which that's very Cancerian of you, right? But also it's showing that you're going to be aligned to the people who are connected to you. This also feels like a blessing and a gift for you, because I think that you've had to endure some people who were maybe shallow, and maybe even using you for your gifts and your talents is coming through as well. So this week, the alignment is taking place by purifying you of old and ushering in this new fresh air. You have the nuthatch energy with new viewpoints, preparation, and hoarding. Okay, so this is showing up as there were some energies that may have been hoarding you, preventing you from really being able to step into the new, which is why you had to be purified. This week is going to be all about cleansing you of the old so that you can, again, align with what's really best for and aligned with you. There is some massive healing coming in. I have to point this out, and I'm going to take this too. it is aligning you to your wishes being fulfilled. You have the Nine of Cups and the Three of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, okay? But this is going to require that you trust your intuition. For some of you, you may not trust these new energies coming in based on situations that you've had to deal with in the past. But there is some tangible information coming in for you this week with the Messenger of Earth. So this is something in regards to your home, your job, your career, your business, something in regards to your day-to-day activities is how I see like this Messenger of Fire or Messenger of Earth. Then we have the King of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Empress, and the Star. There's healing in regards to your connection. I'm also seeing action being taken towards you. Someone may want to reconnect with you, or you may want to connect with someone, or vice versa. It doesn't necessarily feel like there's like an old energy coming up. If so, it's just a friend who wants to come back into your life. Maybe they've purified, shifted, transformed their energy, and now they're coming back to want to reconnect with you. But I am seeing this as movement in regards to your heart space, because this King of Wands is showing up with this heart energy being huge here. So I would anticipate and expect that something just kind of shows up from out of the blue. That's how this energy is reading. It feels like something that's hidden behind, you know, a wall, or hidden behind a mask. There's something that's hidden. Someone may even approach you and tell you that they have a crush on you, that they see you as being very beautiful, very nurturing, and that they desire to, you know, initiate something with you. Now, I'm seeing you as the Empress and the other party as this King of Wands. So just know that this person may ignite some type of passion in you that you may have been missing. You may have been hoarding your energy away from people due to trying to just work on yourself. I'm seeing someone as being like very independent, all about themselves, and then boom, now all of a sudden you get hit with this energy and you're like, I've been working on myself. So guess what? That means you're prepared, Cancers. So this is going to be a week of healing, love, romance, and reconnecting back to people who are beneficial to your future. This is beautiful. I love this. Oh my gosh. I love this. For some of you, this is a promise that was made to you, that God and your team, your ancestors made this promise to you, and it's going to begin to be fulfilled this week. All right. It's preparation for something greater. So just stick with it. Allow yourself to use the energy that has been purified as a way forward. Have a great week, Cancers. If you haven't already, please feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. I thank you so much for being here. I hope you have the most beautiful and amazing week. Expect the best, guys. Remember, that's at the bottom of the deck. Have a good night. Bye. Hi, Leos. Welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Let's look at your week, the 13th through the 19th. I don't know why I'm introducing myself on every sign. It doesn't make any sense, but clearly I'm a novice at this, right? Okay, so let's just see. This is just a little quick read. Wow. So for you, I was told to pull your tarot cards first. Oh my gosh. So there's something moving your way this week. It's like you have a secret obsession. Like maybe you desire to have a family, a connection with someone. Maybe you've been secretly imagining, secretly imagining some type of shift in your home environment. Like you're seeking some type of peace, but you are challenged by bringing in support, okay? There's a challenge here with the devil here. The challenge is the devil is represented as temptation in this deck. But that's not how they're showing it to me. They're showing me that this is some type of challenge that you have in moving towards the things that you truly desire. And I think it has to do with connection, but also family. So something to do with either a relationship. Maybe you're desiring a relationship, imagining a relationship. Doesn't have to be a particular person. But it's almost like you're asking for something and yet putting a block up to not allow your team to give it to you due to fears. Because the devil represents those subconscious fears that interfere with our ability to actually attain our realities. So the things that you dream about, imagine really wanting them, and you can walk up to a door, but then you lock the door from the outside so that you can't get in. That's how this energy feels, and I hope that makes sense to you. And so your team is saying that the first thing is they're inviting you to accept help, to open yourself up to being able to receive so that you can then find your clarity and path forward. Because for some of you, I think there's a lack of clarity, which is why there's been no progression with the Chariot here. And the holdup is that you may not be asking for what you truly desire. Like maybe you're imagining, that's where that secret desire came in. Maybe you're desiring and imagining a life that you're not actually living. And in order for that to shift this week, they're saying we need you to begin to dream again. And that's going to start by accepting help, by watering yourself. Okay. So for some of you, you may be over giving and under receiving. They're also showing me an imbalance here with like the yin and yang energy. But there's something that's going to shift this for you this week. Okay. I'm convinced of that. The devil is just here to say that you may be tempted to pull your energy back. You may be tempted to not want to accept this help. But this help that's coming towards you is something that you've been dreaming about, something that you've been imagining. This something that is coming in to support you is going to water you. So imagine that you're the desert. You are going to be watered by this thing that is going to bring you happiness. There's an energy of finding some type of peace and balance within yourself this week and overcoming, defeating the enemy of, yourself that tells you that you don't deserve this. So the lark here with joy, celebration, and playfulness. And then you have the partridge, fertility, abundance, and camouflage. This is so interesting because that camouflage energy is the energy that I was picking up on when I pulled that cloud card out, which is that there's something hidden. There's something that you really desire, or there's something that you're hiding behind, and it's keeping you from experiencing the happiness that you desire. So for you this week, you're going to be filled with dreams is how this feels. With this 10 of Cups energy, this feels like you're going to be clouded with dreams so that you can begin to dream again and bring them out of camouflage into clarity or revelation. Because what's going to happen is your team, they're trying to essentially like plant a seed within you for you to begin to dream again so that you can cultivate this life of the 10 of Cups with the Chariot, where there is progressive happiness. In order to do that, you're just going to be met with meeting yourself this week. It may be some like mirror talk face to face where you're able to say, hey, what is it that you really want? Can you imagine that life? And then can you accept the help that's needed to get you there? Very beautiful reading because there's a ton of joy, happiness. I mean, you got the 10 of Cups here. So on the other side of pushing past yourself, on the other side of moving yourself out the way, essentially, right, Leos? It's like pick yourself up and move yourself out of the way. On the other side of that is the life that you are dreaming of, that you're fantasizing about, and that you desire. That stability is there, but it's going to require you to overcome yourself by moving you out of the way, because it seems like there's something in this energy with the Devil card here that is camouflaging your abundance. All right, I hope this makes sense. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you so much for being here. Have a great week. Bye. Hi, Virgos. Welcome to Tarot in the Dark. Let's look at your week, the 13th through the 19th. Okay, Lifeblood. They said no. I'm like, that card kind of wanted to come out, but it went back in. Ooh, wow. Yes. Come on, Virgos. All right. So you have the Hurricane with Centered and the Apple Tree with Abundance. Embrace the adventure. Oh my gosh. I love this. Let your higher self lead is at the bottom of the deck. And you have Fertility, Abundance. There's something to do with balancing yourself out in order to embrace the changes that are occurring in your life. Okay, so it feels to me like some of you have been sitting in the eye of the hurricane, challenged with life, like just whirling you around. And this week, you're going to see some blessings begin to flow into your life. I'm hearing you're going to see the fruit begin to bear. Okay, so it's almost like, you know, the tree is going to bear fruit is basically what's coming through. Okay, and this is due to, wow, some type of ending. Yeah, this is the eye. This is the eye. Okay, I'm going to get one more. This is the eye that you've been sitting in. You've been stuck in something, Virgo. Stuck in something for a while, desiring to come out of it. This could even be a mindset of lack. You know, your perfectionist energy could be showing through with this Nine of Pentacles card here. And you could have desired to have something be a specific way. And it's not actually happening that way. It may come by means of you ending something that you've been stuck in for a very long time with this Piscean Hangman energy. You have the Ten of Wands, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Hangman. So this sounds to me like you have been stuck in an energy that has kept you like weighed down. That's been the eye of the hurricane. And what you've been working on while in this space is building yourself up and becoming abundant as an independent. Now, this does feel to me like someone here is probably leaving a relationship, or you've left a relationship. You're recognizing that your abundance is within and that there's no way to camouflage that by outside influences. It's almost like you're recognizing that you don't need anyone else to validate you, and that those external validations are camouflages because the true abundance is all within you. And the adventure of this is embracing that life is all about the highs and the lows, that the stuck energy has you present in that energy in order for you to be able to see the now so that you can recognize where you want to go in the future. It's almost the recognition of the fact that being uncomfortable is sometimes beneficial to you because it allows you to progress, mature, and really those are the opportunities that we're gifted to be able to learn where true abundance lies. So embrace this adventure this week because abundance is already yours. You are abundant. And this week is all about you releasing, burning away metaphorically, those things that have kept you stuck and instead choosing yourself, Virgos. And this is the most amazing adventure that you can embrace in your entire life. And this makes me so proud, and I feel so overwhelmed with joy for you being able to find this for yourself. Have the most beautiful week, and remember to continue celebrating you because you are reaping the harvest. Remember those fruit, the trees that you've been working on, that you've been growing, planting, sowing seeds into that have been so challenging are about to bear fruit. So you're about to reap the harvest of the things that you've had to toil with. Have a good night. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much. Bye. Hi, Libras. Let's look and see what you need to know for the week of the 13th. Okay, first card out is Healing with the Dandelion. Ooh, I love it. There's something bulbing this week, okay? I know that's a very interesting word, but there's something bulbing, something coming out in the open. And it's in regards to you finding healing within yourself, okay? So this week for you is going to be massive in regards to some type of recognition, okay? It feels to me like there's something opening up for you that's going to allow you to see the things that need a resolution in your life. I love this Bring in the Joy guides because this is almost saying that this week you're going to be able to see how far you've come, and you're going to see that by means of things accessible to you. So you may go outside, the sun may be shining, and you're going to be reminded of how much healing you've done. You may see a raccoon or a squirrel and think like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I've come this far. But there's something this week for you, especially with the Loon energy, that's going to be all about opening you up to enjoying more of your life, okay? The dreams, peace, and tranquility is what the Loon card represents, but I'm seeing this as you being able to really put yourself in a state of true healing by embracing where you came from and understanding that that was the pathway to get you to where you're going. Look, you have the Page of Cups here. You have the Page of Cups. You have transformation, which is the Death card. This is the Phoenix rising from the ashes as well. Okay, then you have the Page of Pentacles. And you have the Queen of Swords. So this is gaining a higher perspective. Again, you've done a lot of transforming. So you've done a lot of work. But now it's time for you to have peace. It's time for you to enjoy life. And I'm also hearing it's time for you to begin to open yourself back up to dreaming again. For some of you, you could have disconnected from unhealthy relationships or unhealthy patterns and gain some sort of wisdom in regards to how your actions, when they aren't thought through thoroughly, can lead to disruptive patterns and behaviors. It's almost like you're just seeking to regain joy in your life. And this week it's here for you, especially with the Page of Cups and the Page of Pentacles, because this is about taking those dreams, your desires with the page, and putting them into action so that you can be revived. Okay, it's almost like a rebirth that's occurring within you and allowing you to be able to see the world through a different lens. That's the Queen of Swords, because the Queen of Swords, in her light attributes, she's able to see a higher perspective. She's actually a visionary for humanity as a whole, but she has to be operating in a space that is not divisive and that is not spiteful. So it's almost like you've risen above the energy of wanting to feel sorry for yourself and also make excuses for others. And instead you're saying, no, I'm going to sit in the energy that I have been operating in, which is the energy of healing. I'm going to allow myself to dream again, and I'm going to stay in a space of constant peace and tranquility, recognizing that there is a greater purpose in all of the pain and the suffering that I've endured. This is amazing. Okay, I love this for you. You're not making excuses for yourself or for anyone else this week. It's all about you, and this is beautiful. This is the flowering and the budding that they were showing. It's you opening yourself up to something far greater than just you. Libras, have a great week. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for being here. Bye. Hi, Scorpios. Let's look at your week ahead. Ooh, renewal. Okay, I was hearing this week it's all about you, which this is giving me the energy of you maybe pouring into someone else or something else and taking away from you. So your team is calling you back to yourself. Okay, they're wanting you to be attentive to you this week. I don't know why I was hearing Tony. I don't know. Anyways, you have the egret here with statelessness, beauty, and rarity. You know, I see these all the time. I'm like an avid bird watcher. I see these all the time in my city. And whenever I see them, they're just sitting by themselves. They're very independent. I saw one the other day giving a stare down with another, and I was like, what's going on, bro? Are you guys funking or what? But for you, this is showing up to say that there's something very unique and special about you. There's something beautiful and rare about you, but you haven't been noticing it because you're paying so much attention to something or someone else. You're giving someone or something else more energy than they're deserving of, is what I'm hearing. And so this week is a reminder to you to bring your energy back home. You also have this card here, get back to the body, at the bottom of the deck. And I'm going to keep that here because that has something to do with your experience this week. You're being called to come back and reconnect to you, to find happiness, peace, and hope with the bluebird here. Call on your angels. Ask for help. Scorpios, ask for help. You're not alone. You don't have to do this alone. And the rain with renewal is just speaking to the fact that your team is wanting to purge you of external energies and to allow you to step into your power again. Because for someone here, you absolutely have forgotten your power. You've forgotten your abilities and you've forgotten who you were. You've lost that in the hopes and expectations that someone else would show up in a way that they haven't. With the 8 of Cups here, your guides are just saying, are you sure you want to stay where your emotions are not being tended to? Are you sure you want to keep your treasures stored up rather than allowing them to be shown? Because there's something about keeping, yeah, see guys, look, you're totally being called out. And let me just state this real quick. You notice this is all water energy on the table. Your emotions this week are going to be screaming at you. Let me just put this in layman's terms, okay? They're like, we're bored here. We don't like it here. With the Four of Cups energy, they're like, this is terrible. We don't like it. We don't want to be here. You know, I think the thing is that you're trying to protect yourself from getting to the Five of Cups energy, which would be your natural energy, because you don't want to feel the regret. You don't want to feel the sadness and the grief, the remorse that's attached to disconnecting from people that you love. However, your heart space is tugging on you this week, Scorps. I mean, godly, there's so much water energy here. Even that rain, that's water energy. And this is all advising you to get back to you, to recenter your life around you, to figure out what makes you happy. And is the situation that you're in right now going to get you to this 10 of Cups, or is it going to keep you stuck in this 4 of Cups? Because it feels like it's an energy, and I'm just going to keep it real if you haven't watched any of my other readings, it feels like it's a very like immature energy that may be stuck in the initial phases of it. So it feels like a relationship that may be stuck at the beginning. Like maybe you haven't progressed past like we're boyfriend and girlfriend, or maybe you haven't progressed past like, you know, I need you to show up in this way and I show up this way. Maybe there's some communication disconnect here, but there's something here that is stopping you from really fully embracing happiness. And your team is like waiting to help. Your angels, your ancestors, they're like, please, please just call on us. We're dying to help you. We're dying to help you. They're urging you to change your story, to not stay stuck in something that keeps you in this Four of Cups energy. If I can be honest with you guys, this is like one of the worst cards in the tarot deck to me. And I know most people be like, the Four of Cups? Most people hate the Tower, the Devil, you know, the Seven of Swords. I don't like the Seven of Swords, but I really don't like this Four of Cups energy. And this is Piscean energy, which I'm a Pisces, but I don't like this. I don't like this at all. And I don't like it because you can get stuck here. It's almost like a trap. And in this Four of Cups energy, it shows up for me as a reader to say that the person on the other end has lost control of their lives. Because when we're stuck in the Four of Cups, we feel like we have to stay put. We have to stay stuck sitting at that tree waiting for something to change. When in reality, all we have to do is call on support, get up, and walk away. So for you this week, Scorpios, you're being advised to assess what makes you happy and to move towards that. To leave everything in the past that does not align with your truest, most authentic happiness and fulfillment. Have a great week. I appreciate you guys for being here. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Hello, Saggies. Let's take a look at your week ahead. I hope you're doing well. Ooh, resurrection. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Saggies, this week, you're coming out of the murkiness. Okay, you're going to be able to dream again, and you're going to be able to reestablish stability. I'm seeing something big come in for you guys. This feels like something massive. Okay, this feels like a huge, I can keep screaming it, but it feels very huge in regards to this being like a massive shift for you that is going to provide you with something that is beneficial. Okay, I don't see any challenges coming up other than you just going with the flow. And I do think that this is something that you have been working on. It does feel like it's going to put you in a leadership position or open you up to opportunities to put you in the position of being like the main character in your life. Okay, so you have seek higher ground here. This is you rising to the top, which that's given me the energy of someone who's been pushing and fighting to get there. And then you have the woodpecker, determination, commitment, and stubbornness. Ooh, I love this. But you're being resurrected out of the murkiness into some type of visibility. See, you have the Six of Wands here. Oh my gosh. The Five of Cups. After much disappointment, guys, I'm telling you, after much disappointment, you're not seeing this. But let me just pull these out because they are clearly... You're not seeing this, guys. The Two of Swords is just showing up to say that you're not really seeing or thinking, ooh, especially with it being on the Five of Cups, I didn't even realize that, but you're not seeing that there's a shift that's taken place for you. This shift is pushing you towards this. It's transforming your life so that you can access the Ten of Pentacles. This is legacy. Your ancestors are backing you up on this too. Okay, let me just call those things out. I know it's kind of hard to see with my light over here, so let me put these over here. But the Ten of Pentacles is where you're moving towards. This could have something to do with a connection or a partnership, but I'm really seeing this as like a partnership that is leading you to abundance. So this could be a business partnership. This could be a romantic partnership. This could be friendship. What's happened is you felt like you weren't seeing, because they were showing me in that Lotus card, as soon as it came out, the Lotus being stuck under the water in the mud. And so it's like you haven't been seen. You've felt like you haven't been seen, but you've been determined to push through because you have a dream, you have a vision with the Six of Wands. You want it to be able to get to the end and successfully overcome the challenges that you've had to face. Although they've left you with much disappointment with the Five of Water, which is the Five of Cups, and the Two of Swords here. But you knew at some point stability would be yours. So now you have the Four of Wands here. This is celebration in an area that's going to allow you to be seen. You're just being asked and advised this week to keep pushing, to not quit, to not give up. This could absolutely be a partnership, a romantic partnership coming into your life. Maybe something shifts this week and you guys decide that, you know what, we've spent enough time apart. Let's be together. Let's be together, maybe even moving in with that Four of Wands energy. But I'm telling you right now, you're destined for success if you move forward in this, because the transformation, the Death card, and the Ten of Pentacles here with the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Two of Cups. I mean, it can't get any better than this. This resurrection that's occurring in you this week is bringing you a new life, and it is going to put you on higher ground, Saggies. This is amazing. This week is going to be amazing for you. I don't know if there's any transits in your sign, but let me just tell you guys, this is going to be an amazing week for you. It feels massive, like breakthrough. All right, guys, have a good week. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks for being here. Bye. Hello, Cappies. Welcome to Tarot in the Dark. My name is Tori. Oh, why am I introducing myself? I already did that. Hi, guys. The wind movement. Oh my gosh. This week is going to be Eight of Wands energy for you, Cappies. Picking up on that immediately. This movement with the wind, there's something that you've been waiting on, and this week it's time to go. It's go time this week, okay? This let go energy showing up here could represent you needing to let go of control. That's how this is feeling, because I do feel like there must be a partnership coming in for you this week. The sparrows here, companionship, self-worth, and trust, and then let go. Absolutely, guys. You're being asked to let go this week of your need to dictate the outcome, control the narrative, or make something that you want it to be rather than just allowing it to be. This movement is going to be beautiful. It's beneficial to you. I'm seeing the Ten of Pentacles energy, okay, Cappies? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at this. So they're advising you very clearly, okay? So let me put your cards out. You have the Eight of Cups, the Magician, the Ace of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and then over here, the King of Swords. Guys, this is unlocking something that's destined for you. The Eight of Cups is suggesting, because all of these cards are fantastic, even the Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups is exactly what we said here. It's asking you to move away from any energies that keep you stuck in sorrows and worries, lack of trust, questioning. I'm hearing like a private investigator. You guys, if you've watched any other of my other readings, guys, you guys know that I have a ton of Cappy. I'm actually a Cappy in Vedic astrology, so I can relate to all of this. But guys, they are screaming. Oh my God, the world is here too. They're screaming. This energy is so straightforward. Your guides are saying, let go of your fears in regards to moving forward. The wind is blowing. You can either catch the wind and go with it, or you can push against it and resist it. They're saying that this is destined for you. The time has come for you to rise above your fears, face them head on, and allow yourself to receive. This is Dharma at its finest. I don't even think I need to do it and say anything else. I think you get the message. Leave everything behind that no longer aligns with where you want to go and who you want to be. And that's the easiest and most simple way to put this. Close that chapter out so that you can move into these beautiful new opportunities. You have the Magician, the Ace of Swords, and the Wheel of Fortune, guys, with the King of Swords. This is establishing yourself in something new that can be trusted. Clarity is coming in for you this week, Cappies. You just have to move yourself out of the way. I love you guys. I hope this resonates. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Aquarius, the week of 13th for you. Ooh, release right off the bat. They're like, release. Release the... I'm picking up on an energy of vengeance and aggression. They're saying something about control too. Releasing the need to control your situation, your life, something to do with you. And then you have get back to the body. Yeah, they want you to realign to your authentic self, okay? They're asking you to release anything that doesn't align with your purpose. There's something here, Aquarius, coming through about your value and the way that you see yourself. This Oriole here represents positive changes, creativity, and domesticity. So this is almost like they're saying something about your home life. Something in your home environment is not aligned with your highest good. Something in your home life is not aligned with your highest good. There's some type of story. Yep, the Queen of Pentacles too, guys, for sure. Yeah, okay. So you have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Hangman. Bottom of the deck, you have the Two of Pentacles. This is indicative of an imbalance that you are currently operating out of. This week, you're going to be hit with a huge wake-up call, guys. You're going to, I'm telling you, with the Hangman here, this feels like a huge wake-up call. Something's going to happen or transpire that's going to show you where there's like a crack in the fault line. That's the best way to explain this energy. The Seven of Swords and the Two of Pentacles is showing and screaming that there's a crack in the system. There's something here that may appear to be hidden, but it's actually the elephant in the room that is affecting your home life. You're being asked to release this energy. It's something that I think you've been very attached to, too comfortable, to the point to where now it's becoming uncomfortable because you're recognizing that there's some type of shadiness to it with the Seven of Swords here. Okay, you could be trying to get away with something. Someone else may be trying to get away with something. There may be some hidden motives here. That's how this feels. It feels like there's some hidden motives here that are keeping you imbalanced. And it feels like it's something to do with absolutely your home life. I mean, you have the Oriole here with domesticity, and you have the Queen of Pentacles. This is all about home, and get back to the body represents your physical body. There's something that is being asked to be released. The Hangman is asking you to see things from a different perspective in order to reestablish balance in your life. Now, for someone, I'm hearing loud and clear, someone saying, I'm not going to just get over that. They did something to me. This is not about them. Whoever them is. If you had a shady person in your life, this is not about them. What the energy is saying and what your ancestors are reading right now is that this energy is so disruptive that it's affecting you from actually having peace. your entire being is disruptive. You're not stable, you're not experiencing stability. And this energy here is completely causing disruption in you. And what they're saying is that you are so determined to hold this vengeance or this frustration, irritation towards this person that you're willing to allow it to disrupt your entire being. That's how they're reading it, guys. They're saying you are being so stubborn. No other way to put it. And this is probably why they started the reading by saying they're asking that you release some type of control. If this is not you, it's someone else, but take it as it resonates. Whoever this person is, they're being so stubborn and determined to hold on to this anger, aggression, irritation, the disrespect, that you are disrespecting yourself. So basically what's happening is you're drinking the poison that you made for someone else. And so your team is like, this week, it's coming to an end. You have to stop this. You have to stop this because now it's affecting your ability to function stably within your home. I don't even know if that's a word, but you're unable to be stable in your home. You're unable to show up in the ways that you're supposed to in your home because of this other energy. So it's like the outside energies are affecting your ability to even operate as yourself. Wow. That's interesting and very real. Happens to all of us. All right, Aquarius, I love you guys. Feel free to drop a comment, like, and subscribe. Release whatever this is this week. You know, volcanoes erupt whenever they want to. Feel free to just erupt and release this energy so that it's no longer clogging your system, so that you can break free and become the person that you've dreamt of. Have a great week. See you soon. Bye. Last but certainly, and never the least, is the wonderful, amazing Pisces. For the week of the 13th, first card out is the honeybee with community. Guys, there's energies of alignment this week for you, Pisces. I'm picking up on that right away. This community energy is aligning you with the appropriate tribe, the people that were supposed to be present from day one. Because I'm also seeing like a cleansing out, but this energy coming in, or these energies coming in, are going to actually like fill you up. Okay, I'm seeing like an overflow. It's like the sweetness of a nectar. You also have the finch here with activity, vitality, and energy. This is the Aries energy that's occurring massively this week. So you guys are in alignment, which is probably why alignment was the first word I heard. The bluebird here with happiness, peace, and hope. There's some type of communication coming through this week, guys. With that bluebird showing up, there's some type of communication coming in for you this week, and it's going to happen abruptly. I'm seeing the 8 of Wands. It's going to happen abruptly, and it's also going to fulfill you. It's going to be satisfying. They're showing me like someone like eating a honeycomb, and how when you eat a honeycomb, you kind of have to slow down because it requires that you chew. So for you, you're going to be able to chew on this sweetness this week, and then look, slow down. It's going to allow you to slow down so that you can actually savor this joy, happiness, and peace that you're stepping into. I think for a lot of you, you've been very hopeful that this would happen. Wow. The Empress and the King of Wands. I don't know if you saw that 10 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. And then you have, wow, the Messenger of Fire and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay, yeah, exactly what I was saying. So there's action being taken towards you this week. Again, this is going to come by means of communication. This is going to be something that is absolutely balanced, but also it's going to be very passionate. With the Messenger of Fire and the King of Wands here, this is the energy of someone bringing a spark of passion towards you that's going to make you feel very nurtured. The Empress is showing up as the energy of one who is nurtured as well. So this is you, Pisces. You're showing up as the Empress. You're going to have this King of Wands moving towards you this week, and this King of Wands is going to come with a message to reignite passion within you and provide some sense of reciprocity, balance, stability. It's almost like this King of Wands is coming in to balance out the scales in your life this week, because I'm seeing justice in this card. It's almost like they're coming to light a flame and a fire to assist and support you. And I think you've been hoping for something to change. There's a pureness to this energy too. It feels very childlike. It feels very peaceful. It feels very calm. It feels like you're going to move into a different experience in life as a whole. Like this person or these persons coming into your life are going to support you on your path to peace and to growing into something that is, I'm hearing long-standing. This is going to happen swiftly though with the messenger of fire. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 wands here too, and I was seeing the 8 of wands. There's 8 candles on top of her head. So yeah, this is communication for sure. This messenger of fire is a message, but it's a message that is passionate, and it's a message that is actually happening, right? Wands are action. So this is coming towards you. Coming to a theater near you is this King of Wands coming to bust his heart open. I'm not even going to go there. But yeah, anyways, the King of Wands is coming towards you, Pisces, this week. There's going to be movement. And it is connecting you to your community. The advice for you is to receive with the Empress. Allow yourself to be open to receive whatever direction this comes in. You're going to know if something is beneficial. There's not necessarily a mismatch between the Empress and the King of Wands. I think they're using the King of Wands to show this person because this person is coming bringing a ton of fire. They're bringing the sun energy towards you. They're coming in to enlighten you in regards to how to open up and express yourself passionately, okay? You're going to have a good time with this person. There's also something here about germinating. Like this energy has probably been germinating for a while, and you've probably been waiting on it. This is the week that this is going to shift. Let me just get maybe 2 more. I want to just see what this is surrounding or evolving or transformation. Yeah, guys, look. And the Queen of Pentacles. Some type of stability is being brought with this person. And the High Priestess is showing up too. This is just saying that you guys are already aware of this. Wow. The Messenger of, so the Page of Swords, or the Messenger of Swords, Justice. Okay, I could carry on and on and on. You've probably been dreaming about this and waiting with the 7. I was sensing this 10 of Pentacles energy too. Okay, guys, anyways, just know that this is coming your way. It's something you've been waiting on. This is the germination too, that 7 of Pentacles, planting the seeds and waiting for them to grow. This week is the shift in this energy. Something you're already anticipating. You're waiting and ready to receive it, and it's on its way to you. Have a great week, Pisces. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you soon. Bye.